Estimations in Agile. In this 4-video series, we are going to explore how to do estimation when we are using Agile based approach. First video is primarily discussing estimation in the generic term, and later on we will get into the specific details of story points. So let's talk about estimation. Now, irrespective of the project life cycle, estimation is always an estimation. We can't give a very predictable number which can tell people that this is the date or time we are going to finish the work. Now, you might have seen these kind of diagram. Many times it is called cone of uncertainty. What it represents? It primarily represents the uncertainty in our estimations. So, it represents the initial stage, the error in our estimations are higher. As we know more and more about our product or service, we better can estimate that. So, over a period of time, our estimations will improve. So, the basic thing we need to keep in mind is estimation is an ongoing activity. We can't just do it once and hope that we are going to meet it. If we are working in that context where we can estimate once and we can meet it, then probably we are not working in a project context. Probably we are working in a very defined operational space where we have enough data which helps us in estimating things in advance. As we work into uncertain environment where our knowledge is going to improve over a period of time, we don't know everything about our work, about our technology in advance, our estimations are also going to improve. In many project management terminology, the initial estimate is called rough order of magnitude estimates, and later on we get budgetary or definitive estimates. Now, many of you who are new to Agile might be wondering, since in the Agile world requirements are emerging, this estimation will become more and more difficult. Yeah, I can say that your feeling is right. If we have an emerging requirement, the estimation is also expected to emerge. At the same time, irrespective of the approach, estimation always have an error. We also have an approach which helps us in reducing this error over a period of time. So, initially when we are starting a new initiative, we may have a high level estimate. One may use whatever logic is relevant at that point in time to come up with a probable estimate for a project. Later on, once we have a sufficient amount of product backlog created, where you may have a relatively big items, you may want to estimate this product backlog in the form of story points. Now, the idea here is this is a stage where we are doing estimation. After few months or weeks, you will estimate it again, and by that time you will have maybe new items, or at least some of the items get refined. So, you can say I am reducing the gap between the lines, which represents the product backlog items are becoming smaller, but we still have a bigger items, which means these two items got refined by the time we reach to the second stage of estimation. And similarly, we keep doing it throughout the project life cycle, and you can say that gradually we will have more and more small items, and the smaller the items, the refinement of estimation is also happening. Now, you can say that okay, we are doing story point estimation, but we may not do the story point estimation all the time. We may do it at a frequency. So, many times such kind of an estimations are mapped with your backlog refinement frequency. Many projects, this may be mapped to an upcoming releases. You may have a 2 months duration or a 3 months duration where you can say that okay, let's estimate something for 3 months time at a high level, and then we will estimate it again for another 3 months time. So, that kind of utility can be done when we are using story point estimation. Now, if you think that in the Agile world we don't have a very effort based definitive estimate, then you again might be making a mistake. We do have a very refined and understood work and a time duration in which the work can get done, but that happens for a shorter period here, which you can call it iteration. So, you can say that between these two large level estimations, we may run time boxed iteration of 2 weeks where we take the set of stories which we want to work on, and we do a very detailed estimations for them. So, we can say the error here is high, maybe a plus minus 75%. Again, I am using just a number to show you the quantum of uncertainty we may have at the initial stage. As we move forward, we may have a plus minus 30% here, we may have a plus minus 20% here, we may have a plus minus 10% error here. where we are forecasting something to finish in a given time because we are improving, our stories are becoming small, though all these estimations are done at a story point level. But when we do for a particular iteration where we are focusing on identifying what can we do for a given iteration, our estimation accuracy may be around 5%, which means the error might be just 5% and we should be able to predict what can get done in a given iteration. So, as a context which I want to put here is that it's an ongoing activity. As we learn more about it, we come to know better accuracy range. The high level estimate, or I would say medium level estimate, when we are doing it here, are done at a story point level where we are looking at product backlog items and estimating them together by using story point method. When we go to a low level estimate, or I would say very detailed estimates, they are done maybe in the hours or whatever suits the team, but that level of estimation is done at the level of iteration when we are having clear understanding what can be done in a given 2 weeks time. So, this is an overall context of estimation, and in the subsequent video we will learn about the story point estimations in detail.